Hello, hello, hello.
I love that little piece of music. It makes me happy
Uh,
every time I hear it. It's
it's awesome. I love it too. Thank you for
well,
creating that. I love the organic element of our show. Welcome to the Angel channel for those of you who are tuning in for the first time. My name is Michael Zinn, and this is the wonderful Bryan Lahr, whose angel deck we are exploring here, card by card. We're meeting each angel one by one, and Bryan is
got a good one
re-experiencing.
tonight too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
um Bryan, I wish we could retell the story each episode of how you connected with each angel and all of that, but it would be an hour each show just before we even get to the angel.
That's right. We're connecting with the angels the way I originally got. When I originally discovered the deck is based off of three chapters in Exodus, in the Old Testament,
Mhm.
and they're connected. They're the 72 angels of the names of God. So the 72 piece thing that is God, and these are little fractions of that connect with it. And when I first started searching them out, I had just gotten my original set of crystal bowls. This is this is like 93, 94, and um the person that had the bowls that I bought them from were, just kept talking about being able to connect with the angels, and I took them back to my apartment and like cleared everything up and started playing with them, and they created this pristine silence that just like I didn't even want to say anything. I just wanted to be in it. And
Yeah.
shortly thereafter, I ran across the Shemha Meforish and started diving into that, and that became a huge part of my practice for a long, long time. And it's really great to be kind of circling back and reigniting that again. But we're going to do a little sound bath journey tonight. I'm super stoked about
Cool.
that. Last week was kind of a little benchmark moment for me. The guided meditation. I've been doing that for friends and little live groups,
Oh
but
yeah.
that's the first time I tried doing it on the podcast, and I was really, really happy with the results and got some
Oh
real
yeah.
feedback from it. And it also just sort of ignited me. The reason that worked really great last week is because I'm like, it's not like a show shtick at that point. Like I'm
Right.
actually practicing. And
Right.
so tonight and for the rest of these, at least for the next one through the cherubims, the eight cherubims, we're going to do a different guided meditation every week. And I
Cool.
would strongly encourage everyone to consider it actual real practice and not just
Awesome. Yeah,
us.
I that's what actually that's why I love it, because gets me to actually practice. It's like I love always loved the guided meditation. It's like it was almost like going to a gym workout with all your friends.
So we did. Leah and I did a yoga sound bath, sound journey. I'm calling them actually because they're more sound journeys
Nice.
than just the sound bath thing. And it went over so good. The bowls are made of quartz crystals, so they're
Yeah.
infinitely programmable, and they take this charge in an amazing way, just like a regular crystal does. And to be able to send those out, like when you're doing the singing part of it, where you're radiating out these waves, it's like you're in the center of the pond and these waves are just going out right and left.
Yeah.
um it is an amazing thing to be able to see. I'm kind of being able to see that happening now.
Wow.
And they look, you remember the movie Predator, the way the predator
Yeah,
looks
yeah,
all
yeah.
like out of focus and everything. That's the way the waves look. And
Wow, that's so cool.
out and like they're like washing over people. And after the I was really kind of overwhelmed how many people stayed around after to talk and wanted to
Cool.
ask questions about it. And everybody said, oh man, I just left, I just went somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so I'm super stoked about
I think crystal bowls, I think, have a profound effect on me, at least. much deeper than the copper bowls and the metal bowls. I just feel like the first time I experienced crystal bowls, I literally felt like the sound was coming from inside of me.
Well, it was. You
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
it in your bones before you hear it in your
it's
ears.
amazing. Yeah,
And that's a
amazing.
cool thing, but I wouldn't put one or the other over the top of the Tibetan bowls, the metal bowls.
Oh no,
The metal bowls have been around for thousands of years.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
They're
those are
the
made
original.
of multiple metals, 7 metals, and they resonate together in
Mm,
a there's a mother tone, a main tone, and then there's like 6 harmonics over the top of that. And
right,
if you know how to use it and use it correctly, it will do a masterful job of
right.
cleaning your aura.
Yeah,
And that is a really crazy thing. You know, the
that's great.
bowls, doing the bowls every week, like we've been doing, I'm noticing physical improvements in my body that
That's
like
awesome.
kind of unexplainable, except for that. That's like the
Well, I mean, we've talked about the whole idea of a cymatic bath, right? Like the sound bath just kind of changing your molecular structure, and
yeah, I don't agree with that, but
no, you don't?
no, I don't think
Okay.
just sitting in sound and solfeggio tones. I think where you go with it at the end, and just like everything else, I don't think in my world, in the energy world, the thing that makes things work is your energy.
The
It's not
intention.
the thing
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
itself. The thing itself is just like, you pick up a knife. Well, is the knife going to cut a tomato or it's like what you
Right,
decide to do with it and program it and make it happen. And it's your energy that does that, not the thing itself.
right, right.
And that's the way the bowls are for me as well.
I
And
got you.
and I think that a lot of times that, the just the single tone thing, I find so irritating that I can't really even absorb it. It just makes me go, "Oh, come on, please give me a relative minor or the third or something here, please."
Right, right, right.
And I don't know if you're familiar with something called solfeggio tones.
Sure.
Um, they are like the most annoying thing I've ever tried to listen to.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a sine wave at a specific frequency, like, 963. Like, no, I'm gonna sit in that for 20 minutes. No,
Right.
thank you. No, thank you.
Well,
There is research that uh, there has been some agreement that they do something, but I haven't really seen anything that convinces me that in and of themselves that just those tones, change that. Sound is for sure like the building block of creation. So
sure.
understanding how those things like interlock and go together, super, super.
Sure. No, and I love what you're doing with the bowls and the musical aspect of it, adding the different melodies into what you're doing, like the percussive part along with the drone part.
Wow, we've got a real crew tonight, man. Hey, what's up, Leah, Jilly, Jen?
Yeah,
What's up?
yeah.
Oh, Tammy. Okay, what's up? A whole house. Grace, there you go. It
Yeah.
just bowls me over. Where's my rim shot when I need it?
Yeah, I've been putting up the comments. I didn't want to interrupt you by reading them out, but
Yeah, thanks.
everybody's saying hello and chatting it up tonight. So thank you guys for being here as always. We love your energy, always being here. So that
Um,
being said,
well, yeah, I'm not quite done yet.
okay.
I've been having a crazy like dream landscape last couple weeks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and d- I had one last week that is still just stuck with me, and it's kind. I don't normally share this kind of stuff, but I'm going to talk about it tonight because
all
it
right.
was it was it was really intense.
Let's hear it.
So I wake up and I'm walking through a forest path, and it's not really jungle, but it's dense forest, And I round this corner in the forest and I come into this kind of clearing, and there are 3 or 4 other trails going off. And I make this turn to go down this one. And there's this big ass, like 6 foot snake, like a cobra, except it looked more like the basilisk in Harry Potter.
Ooh.
And I'm like, okay, this is really creepy. And it wasn't like super intense and like it was aggressive at that point, but it was definitely something serious. And like,
Mhm.
what the hell is this? What the hell is this doing?
Right.
So I'm like, don't take any aggressive action. Like, I didn't try to push any energy or like defend myself, but I did start to raise my shields. And the second I started to try to raise my shields, it bit me on the neck, man. Bam! Oh,
Oh shit.
set me on fire too. It like burned like fire. And then my whole body is just like in flames. And I'm like, oh my God, this really hurts. And all of a sudden I'm in blackness. And I'm like, wow, okay, did I just die? Where am I? And all of a sudden, this little egg of energy, kind of misty energy happens. And then inside of that is this other egg of a bunch of little dots of things that had consciousness. And like the whole thing was an entity. And it started talking to me. And the very first thing it said to me is like, man, you always like to do it the hard way. You know, why'd you have to put that shield up? It would have all been good.
Oh, that's so funny.
So I had a really interesting conversation with them, but then the really intense part of that dream was it said, you know, if you're ready to go, you can go anytime you want. You don't have to stay here anymore. It's all good.
Hmm.
You want to leave? And it wasn't like it was the angel of death there to take my soul, and I wasn't like this heavy,
Right.
like, oh, you're gonna die. But it was this like this invitation, like, hey, dude, you did your gig. You wanna hit the road. The next time's gonna be really good. It's all good. So, you know, whatever you want to do. So
Right.
it kind of got quiet for a second, and then I like thought about it, and then it asked me again. So what do you want to do? And I started to go, I don't. And right as I went, I woke the hell up, sat straight up in bed.
Wow.
Well, actually, I didn't sit straight up in bed. I was in the middle of the floor in my living room, curled up in a little fetal position, and I sat straight up from that.
No, so wow.
And frequently, if I go to bed really, really late, I'll lay down to watch a little TV before I go to bed, and the
Yeah.
TV will be on, and like everything in the house was off. Like everything was off. And I couldn't get out of it. And that did not feel like a regular dream. It was like so vivid. I
Oh,
could like
wow.
paint it like I feel like it was a movie. So I've just been given me a lot of cause to think about my own mortality and how long I've been around here, and you know what I've done and what I
Wow.
have left to do, and do I think I have anything left? I don't know. I'm just here like kind of swimming along from now on. But
Do
the fact that you know, like you get offered a choice, like, wow,
yeah, that's
is
wow.
now the time? Is now the moment to go on? I don't know. It's an interesting question. I'd like to throw that out to everybody out there to kind of ponder for themselves and see what answer would happen when you got that.
Yeah, that's interesting. Grace Grella says you still have a lot of living to do. Um, yeah.
Nancy, what's up?
I-
Yeah, Nancy Reed. She's my cousin.
Yep, yep. Hey,
Yeah,
cousin
she
Nate.
was around for a long time on the Charles show, and
Yep, yep.
she's gotten really busy. And I have to give her some props, man. She lost like a huge amount of weight. It's always
Well,
been an issue for her for a long time, and she's healthy now and like loving life and feeling
awesome.
good. And I just want to send out props and congratulations. Just super.
Awesome. Props to Nancy for sure. And I think, that's kind of you just answered that question for me. Like I feel like I've definitely struggled for a good part of life. I think up until my 20s I was doing all right. And then like mid 20s, 30s, I started feeling the pressure of the 3D, and it's only recently I'm really starting to enjoy life again. And like I think I want to stick around a little bit. I want to find somewhere nice to go with Janice and just kind of chill for a little bit, and then maybe revisit that question.
Yeah, probably revisit that many times over the course of it,
Yeah.
Although you never know, you think you have 50 years, but you might only have 5 minutes, meteor.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you just never know,
Yeah, of course. You never know. But I mean, it's certainly not something I'm afraid of. You know what I mean? If
No, that was a really great part about it. There wasn't any fear.
yeah.
And there wasn't any fear, like, if I did, that it would be worse or, like, scary or anything. It was like, "No, it'll be really good now. It's okay." All right, so I'm gonna stop with my subconscious, crazy dump, and we'll get on about unless you have anything. You have any announcements or anything?
No real announcements, I mean, other than really what I just said. I feel like, as I'm getting older, you start to get wiser, and things that you may have questioned and been like, why does this suck like this? Isn't so sucky when you look at it in a new perspective. So, I think I'm starting to be able to see the light in more things, and just enjoy it. I think, I kind of made the joke about slowing down time, but like, I've really been enjoying this year. It's like it's March 4th, and that's great. It's still pretty early. I feel like there's a lot to do this year. A lot's going to happen this year. So,
Good.
yeah.
All right, so let's get down to some cards.
Yes.
Yeah, the Angel Aladiah this week. Really,
Mhm.
angel number 10,
Mhm.
divine mercy. Yeah.
Yes.
Super, 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 super cool card. I'm gonna do a little cleansing in the room.
Yeah.
The reason I
Yeah.
put that up right now
Yeah.
is because one of the numerous attributes of this angel is clearing negative energy, just regular energy, but also negative entities as well, and anything of a kind of nasty frequency. It does an amazing job of cleaning that. And one of my absolute favorite things about this angel, and I use this angel really frequently, is that they'll help you dissolve karma. Always a really, 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 really good thing. And for people who are kind of like in hermit mode, as I find myself being quite frequently, this really does a great job in helping people reintegrate back into society and
Mhm.
and find their way back into, some positive flows of people and attracting people that are um, lessons, but good lessons instead of really negative kind of.
Right. Right. Right.
So I would just ask, since Angel Aladiah is about helping us clean, we're going to start our little practice adventure tonight with a really nice banish and cleanse of our space. All right. I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. Ooh, that didn't want to go. We come together again on this Monday evening to gather our energy, and focus our love and joy on our involvement and learning and our connection with the source of all things. We're going to save the big energy charge up for just a few minutes. But right now, I'd just love for you to gather all of your love, all of your gratitude, pull it into your solar plexus, all of your energy. And let that ball of energy grow and glow and become bright, glowing, radiant light emanating from every direction of your solar plexus. And I want you to take that energy now and push it to the source with deep, deep love, infinite gratitude, and our wish for bliss. We create the sacred space tonight and invite our angel friends to come and share with us. We open our minds, open our ears, and most of all, open our hearts as we share our connection this evening. All right, Mr. Zinn, would you bring up Aladiah's reading?
Sure.
Face it, the situation is bad. Accept your feelings. It's an unfair, unequal situation, and insecure emotions bloom when you feel underappreciated and under-recognized for your contribution and hard work. Feelings of insecurity produce resentment and dissatisfaction as you perceive and accept the truth of the inequity and your prosperity is suffering. Any relationship is built on an agreement between those who have and those who don't. Doling out attention, promises, sexual favors, or finances can be a manipulative means of keeping people bound to you. Learn to gift with no strings, no conditions, according to your ability, and to receive your gifts. Then you will be on solid ground in your relationships. When success is measured in terms of what you give, everyone shares in it. If success is measured in terms of what you get, you will always be chained to the need for more. Stop being so defensive. Yes, you are. I love that part of it. Yeah. You know, being underappreciated and undervalued, and those are real, genuine feelings, but those are also feelings that we allow ourselves to have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those are not put on us, and we have to accept those.
Mm-hmm.
Those are generated by how we react to certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to move off of those situations and move into a situation where you personally appreciate yourself, when you love who you are, when you value yourself, when you give yourself those elements of respect and consideration that you want from somebody else, that emanates from you. You know, we'll talk about this and again, but when that emanates from you, that's what happens when you release the old and allow a new vibration to show up. And when you respect yourself, people respect you when they show up to be friends with you. And that's a really wonderful, wonderful thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And I feel like that was kind of, we almost touched on that a little last week, and I feel like that's come up again. Um, I just want to go back to this image because Jill was not Jill, Jen was saying the angel has a Buddha face. I think I was seeing uh, what she was seeing there. But yeah, these images, as we look at these images, we dissect them and we see so many angels and so many iterations and angel parts, and it's just, they're just amazing, these images to look at. And Jen is saying awesome message. Yeah, that is a really good message. I totally resonate with that message.
That's good.
Yeah, excellent, excellent.
Okay, let's
So
move on to the meditation.
all right, let's do it.
All right, we're going to do a little sound bowl combo, but we're going to do an immediate charge up first so we get all nice and crispy. All right.
All
And
right,
we're going to start with 3 really deep cleansing breaths.
move back a little bit here.
Going to go in through the nose really deeply. And when you have kind of filled your lungs up to where they normally go and you let a breath out, pack more in there and just fill them up, like, and use your diaphragm, not just your chest and your lungs, and pull it in and pack as much as you possibly can in. And then when we're breathing out, we're going to push out with force, like and we'll do that 3 times, and then we'll follow that with, this is practice night tonight. We'll follow that with a breathing sequence, a 4 in, hold for 4, 4 out sequence that is really amazing for getting your energy down to a quiet space, and also adding an element of extreme focus and clarity, which we'll use for when we go on a meditation. So
Okay.
I'll review how we count that off before we go doing that. So let's do the 3 cleansing breaths right now. Let's go in through your nose. Really pack it in, out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out. Really push it out. In, one more. Release all your tension and be in the moment as you let this out. All right, I'm going to count the sequences off. As we inhale and exhale, I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4. On the hold segment, I'm going to use the word exhale and inhale, and those will count as 2 beats. So don't start exhaling or inhaling until you hear the next number of the next countdown from 1. So it'll go like this: inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll repeat that. We'll repeat that 8 times. All right, let's begin. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And rest. Okay, I want you to go into your core, into where we started in your solar plexus. And I want you to reach out all around you and draw in energy from every direction and build the sun in your solar plexus. On each inhale of your breath, pull in more energy up through your feet from the earth, from the sky and the weather, from the water, from the plants. Build your energy. Now close your eyes. And we're in a dark, warm space. You find yourself feeling weightless, and you're standing on the ground. And as you open your eyes, you're looking down at your feet, and you realize that you're on a cracked, dry lake bed. And the earth is warm on your feet. And you look up at the sky, and it's bright purple and full of the most glorious, beautiful stars twinkling in every direction. There are stars where you never knew there were stars. And the moon is full, and it's just rising up over the mountains that surround this dry lake bed you find yourself in. And the moon is beautiful, and it illuminates the landscape in this wonderful, fantastic, mysterious energy. And you look at the sky and you see the constellations, and you see certain stars twinkling. And the starlight itself is almost so bright, it competes with the moonlight. And as you're finding yourself just drawn into the beauty, there goes a shooting star, followed by another, followed by another. And you bring your attention back down to your feet. And you see all this little pieces, little cracks of the land, of the mud you're standing on, this dry mud. And the cracks are all black. But suddenly, you start to see light emanating from underneath the dirt. And it starts to light up the cracks, and little light rays start to come up out of the cracks. And slowly those take on form of little pieces of energy that start slowly swirling around you in a circle, in a counterclockwise circle. And you start drawing the energy up out of the ground and adding to what's circling around you. And the circle gets denser and denser. Hundreds of little pieces now swirling around like a little donut around your little wheel, and you're the hub of the wheel. And with your energy, you start making that wheel spin faster and faster and faster. And you take your attention and connect to the energy and draw it to you. And it starts swirling closer and closer and starts swirling up your body. And you start making this pillar of fire energy, this blue, white flames, beautiful, beautiful flames, and they're swirling around you and going really fast. And you start to raise up the top of the vortex, and it starts going up into the sky. And with it, it's drawing up your fears and your pain and your emotional humanness that keeps you detached and disconnected from the source. And all of that is going up into this brilliant vortex of energy, and it keeps getting higher and higher and higher. And you're sending it out with your energy to the source, to connect to the source. And it just keeps building and building. And the energy that is swirling from it now is going so fast that it just looks like a blur, and is just charging you up with full, massive energy. And you realize that your body is no longer there, and you're now connected. You are the vortex. And the point of the vortex goes all the way through every dimensional frequency of the astral, right to the source. And you're in the midst of the source itself, where there's no pain, and all of you is gone, and there's just this incredible connection to the burning, beautiful flame that is the pure energy of the source. And you know that you are part of it, that you can create your own universe, that you are the captain of your own ship, and that how you see and go through the world is your choice to create. That you are, in fact, an infinite creative being. An infinite creative being. What you think you become. And so now that you've been filled to overflowing with the bliss of the source, it's time to come back and bring that bliss to share with others. And slowly you start floating back, full of joy and gratitude, and the understanding that you're never alone. You're never without help. You're always in the bright light of the source. And you're floating down, you're getting close to the ground again. And your feet are now touching the hard mud surface again. But as you look down at your body, you see you're not flesh anymore. Now you're bright golden light. Warm, beautiful golden light radiating from every part of you. And you see another shooting star across the sky from side to side. Go forth and glow. You know, that's a real place. That's the racetrack in Death Valley. And one of the most magical places in the world. It's a place where the sliding stones are. And it's also the place I met my ally, my higher self, the very first time. And I've been back there 10, 12 times over the course of years. And it is just a place where miracles happen. So I enjoyed going there tonight. I hope you got to go along with me. What, you're speechless? When does that ever happen? I can't hear you.
Oh, I muted my microphone so I could hear you. Yeah, man, I was definitely there. Oh my God. And you were talking about shooting stars.
Yeah.
And you talked about a shooting star, but then you came back and like before you even said it, like I was watching it before you even said it. I was watching it go across the sky and you said it, and I was like, oh my God, how's he know? Yeah, that was amazing. Wow. I think I'm so happy we're doing that now in this show. That's an amazing part of the show. It's really become, I think, my favorite part. That was really great. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm enjoying that immensely. So I'm thinking we'll make that a really integral part. And last week we did the ocean, we did water, and this week we were in fire and the earth, and we'll just like do little elemental meditations every week. So
Yeah,
looking forward
I
to
love
doing some more.
I love it. And I was just having a conversation with somebody talking about the guided meditation. I know I mentioned it earlier in our conversation too, but like the guided meditations are just, or I guess what I was talking about was, you know, the community that we're in, all the different metaphysical, spiritual modalities, not everybody resonates with everybody, right? And that's okay. What's so beautiful is when you find someone that you do resonate with. And for me, Stephen Durante was one of my meditation kind of guides who really helped me understand and connect with meditation as a journey, right? And I think you're the second person who guides a meditation who I can really just completely let go and trust. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of trust in that.
Well, were you there? Were
Yeah.
you actually there?
Oh yeah.
See, that's the whole point of it, to like
Yeah.
take us on a journey and not just speak a bunch of words, but to actually travel
Right.
that space,
Yeah, but even with that, a lot of times, meditation guides, they tell you to visualize this or that, and I have a hard time doing that. But with you,
That's
I
because they're
wasn't
not
even
putting any energy behind it.
I wasn't even visualizing. I was just there. I was just
I
there.
was shooting out thought forms
Yeah,
in
it
all
was great.
directions,
It was great.
everything connected.
And
Yeah.
Grace Grella, who I know is awesome with energy, loves it. Brilliant energy. That was powerful. Your cousin Nancy, Mary Jo, everybody's feeling it, Bryan. Thank you. That was awesome.
My pleasure. I'm glad everybody came along. Yeah, glad everybody came along. So is
And
there anybody out there that would like? We've still got a little time. I'd love to do a live reading for someone in particular, or I can do a reading. I should probably just do the group reading.
yeah, let's do the
that.
group. We got a good group here. Grace Grella says she's looking forward to lots of frequent flyer miles.
Yeah.
And Julie saying you paint the beautiful meditation. And talk about light painting, right?
Well, that's exactly.
There you go.
That's exactly it.
Wow, did I even make you smile there for a second, Bryan?
Oh.
I caught you.
All right, hold on here. So these readings have been kind of like spookily, like everybody is connected in them. So I'm going to do a collective reading right now.
Awesome.
First of all, thank you for tonight. Awesome, 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 awesome. Thank you. Words of wisdom for our collective family. Words of wisdom tonight for our collective family. Words of wisdom tonight for our collective family. Number 41.
41.
Number 41.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. There's a special somebody out there that's laughing right now. Yeah.
Number 41.
Yeah, bring that reading up. You're gonna this is yeah.
Hang on one second. Let me get to the reading. I got those in a separate folder. 41.
Leah, crazy, right? By the way, Grace, thanks for the compliment on the necklace. And Leah made that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Angel hell.
This is a time of regeneration. Take a step back and connect to your meditative mind. Be flexible. Be committed to staying in balance, all four elements. Be in equilibrium mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Move through those complex obstacles and resolve them. Regain your footing, rest, and make new plans. You'll have your dreams, but you must wait. There's change on the way. Be prepared and make your plans. Give yourself time, slowly. This situation is getting better. No rush, no haste. It's a time to heal mentally, physically, and spiritually. No rush, no haste. It's a time to heal mentally, physically, and spiritually. Be bold and face the issues. Pay attention and tell the truth. Do not be concerned with the outcome, for it will unfold as it will. Live by your own code of harmony. A building is only as strong as its foundation. Is your confident mask suffocating you? Your response has been to isolate. You try to hide from the world rather than show your other side or try to work with people, flattening your emotional reactions and trying to hide them deep inside yourself.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, anyone else out there that would like an individual reading? How about if I give something my cousin, since I just missed her birthday? Yeah, that's a good idea. Nancy, here comes an angel card for you.
Oh boy. Thanks for sharing this beautiful energy. And Jen says she looks forward to Monday nights. Me too.
Words of wisdom for my cousin Nancy. Words of wisdom for my cousin Nancy. Words of wisdom for my cousin Nancy. Number 36, please.
36. Boom, 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 boom. Oh. Angel of inner and outer work. Let me grab the reading. Boom, boom, boom. 36. Booklet pages. Boom, 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 boom. 36. Menadel. Right.
Acknowledge when you are lost, when there is one problem after another. Nothing runs as it should, and you don't have a clue what to do. When you are unclear, you procrastinate. When you become bored, you can easily be persuaded to go in the wrong direction. You can resort to taking risks to relieve the boredom. Financial or emotional, you will gamble everything in search of a thrill. Your most basic qualities of caution, skill, and foresight are in direct opposition. Yeah, that's you to a T. Sometimes a risk is justified depending on the projected results, but if the risk is the result of an addictive desire for excitement, then troubles can arise from the recklessness or doing things at the wrong moment. Become self-motivated. Yeah, well, could not congratulate you more. Be objective and take command of inner and outer worlds. Organize things in your life. Begin to communicate your inner desires, and the results will be healing, inspirational, and enriching.
Look at that.
You know, I've like done these like thousands of times now, and I keep waiting for these readings to become it's just a generality, but like it has a specificity that it's just blows me away. And the more I use them, the deeper I get in them. I did the Shem Hamaphorus, right? Three things in Exodus. By the way, the reason I selected the pillar of fire tonight was that's what the Shem Hamaphorus describes, is the pillar that kept the Egyptians from chasing the Israelites across the Red Sea.
Wow.
And each of those chapters are 72 characters long, 216 digit number. the ultimate name of God. So I decided to, I've got translations of the Hebrew that are in the manual as well. So for whatever reason, I realized I'd never done the numerology. So I did the numbers of the Shem HaMephorash today, man. There's pretty really whacked out crazy, and it condenses down to these. It's going to wind up being an amazing singular sigil that will represent that whole thing. I'm like
Wow.
over the top about that. That's like, why haven't I thought of that before? I've been dealing with the Shem HaMephorash since, well, 94. So that's
Wow. Yeah, that's
years.
pretty nice.
And Mr. Numerologist never done the numerology on the Shem HaMephorash. But next week I'll have an update on it. I don't want to give out any info until I get a chance to double check.
I guess it was time. It was just time.
Well, there's secrets for it, you know.
Yeah,
There were secrets for you in that too, you know. And I hope you'll go investigate that at some point in time, because those are profoundly personal and like gifts, like they're straight gifts. So go and search a treasure, my brother. There's a lot of jewels out there. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Awesome. Nancy said so many things are so true. Yes. It's always seems to be that way. These energy of the things we're doing with this show. We did with the tarot show as well. It's just very energetic.
All right. Well, without further ado, let's close this thing down and call it a night for another week. Hey, first, before I do this, I just want to thank everybody for showing up and participating. And we didn't have a lot of chat tonight because there was a lot of other stuff going on. But your presence is greatly appreciated, and I am very, very, very grateful. So thank you. And please continue to share. Come practice every week now. We'll have a practice session every week. Yeah, instead of just a bunch of talking, we'll actually be doing some doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And anybody who you think is interested in this stuff, that's how we build the community. This energy is shared by people who understand it. So great.
All right, with thanks and praise, we close our connection for the evening. We thank you for sharing your knowledge and your wisdom, and for sending out the love and compassion that makes up the angels. And most of all, we send our love, joy, and gratitude directly to the source. Thank you. See you next week.
Thank you.